I say something and you just don't understand it at all, or you maybe didn't hear it correctly, please just, raise your hand and say, hey, can you repeat that? And I'll be glad to. I'm going to be doing my best. All right, so it takes a second to get caught up, I think.
So you gotta tell a joke to break the ice.
Don't put me on the spot like that. That's me.
Maybe just.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So it occurred to me that some of our newer people, and maybe some of the people that have been around for a little while, may not know the names of your key volunteers that you see on a daily basis during the competition. So I am Caitlin Wildhagen. I'm your program delivery partner. Grace Little could not be here today, but she was at kickoff if you happen to be there. She's our junior program delivery partner. She is my partner in crime, and she handles most of the middle and then the southern part of Alabama for us. Michael Bimbin is your head referee. He is here today in there if you want to ask him any questions. We also have Kalia Jones. She could not be here, but she's also been a head referee for us this year. She's a familiar face if you have been at the competitions. She is a referee. So she's going to step up and help head referee, so it's not all on Michael this year. Thomas Little is our lead robot inspector. At competitions, he usually has a bright yellow hat, but he's in there with the Robin Hood hat today. If you have any questions about robot construction. Anna Strutzenberg here is our volunteer coordinator this year. She is the previous PDP, so she's very knowledgeable and she's going to be helping us out too. Drew Wissenat is also here. He's our first technical advisor. He handles all of the electronics out on the field, and if there's any issues with the Wi-Fi connection, he's fantastic. We also have Brian. He is our AV crew, lead scorekeeper, the person behind the scenes making everything happen. He's also here today, so wanted to give a shout out to him. All right, let's jump right into it. In general, the competition manual has a nice little description that is straight from the competition manual itself. But if you want to summarize it, you're going to say that the competition manual is your guide throughout the season. It has the gameplay rules, it has your robot construction rules, your field development setup, but it also has your award descriptions and your advancement points and the criteria to advance. Everything you could possibly need is in the game manual, and I encourage you to read it. You do not have to be an expert on the game manual, but it is a good idea if the team as a whole knows in general what is in the game manual and how to find it. That's the big thing. More often than not, when you ask a question to the volunteers about the game manual or about robot construction, about the judging, they're going to say, have you checked the manual? So very important. Yes, Anna?
What if I haven't checked the manual, but I have a question about how gameplay goes?
You should definitely ask Michael, who's going to tell you to check the game manual.
Right.
So, should I go ask him?
He'd love to tell you about it.
It's like you're trying to tell us something.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna be a professional heckler today.
Yes, Anna is our professional heckler. She's going to be asking the questions that you guys are too shy to ask. Sorry.
Are you going to the building? Yeah. Okay, yeah, just grab all the things.
There we go. All right, let's talk about the competition manual really quick. It is intimidating. There are a lot of sections to it. But here is a quick little summary of everything. You have your introduction, which is just about first and first culture, and it explains how to actually use the manual. You've got your season overview, exactly what it says. You have competition eligibility and inspection. So this is what teams need to do before they can be eligible to compete. And it also includes some robot inspection information. Advancement has changed this year. Please take the time to read section 4. It's going to talk about how advancement works. Section 5 is event rules. These are the overall event rules, not specific to the game. So it's good to know those as well. The awards section ties into the advancement section a little bit. It's going to describe the judging and the awards process. And there's a star on my screen. I don't know where that came from. This is where your judges are going to reference if they have a question. They are going to go to the same competition manual that you have access to that has the definitions for the awards and how you are eligible to. So, little key tip. Thank you, RTX, for section 7. Section 8 is our one-pager. It's got all the information about the game and what it looks like. And then you're gonna go into more game specifics. Section 9 is about your playing field, the arena. Section 10 is the game details. It's the overall game information, the match setup process, and it covers the scoring and violations, very important. Section 11 is our game rules. It's gonna have the very specific game rules, and I have another star because this is where your referees are going to go and reference if they have any questions themselves. You have access to what the referees have access to. Section 12 is your robot construction rules. These are the rules that are allowed and what's not allowed on your robot. And again, if Thomas has any questions about what is allowed, he will go to this section to find out. You have access to what our lead robot inspector has access to. Yes, Anna?
Well, what do you reference when you're planning an event?
I also reference the competition manual
That's
because section 13 and the event guide also tells me what I need to do at every event and every tournament. The tournament section has the qualification and playoff match process. You will know what you're getting into before the matches, before qualification, because you have access to what I have access to. Section 14 is league play. That's really cool. That we don't do that in Alabama, so you actually can skip that section.
Yay.
I'm giving you permission. It's pretty cool if you want to read over it, but that doesn't apply to Alabama. Section 15 is the first championship. So the rules and processes that are specific to the first championship go into that section. Again, we do not do the first championship in Alabama, but if you happen to advance, that is a great section to go ahead and read through.
Ooh, we should do it in Alabama.
We should host in Alabama. Section 16 is another really important one. I ran out of stars, womp. But every defined term that is in the competition manual is going to be in your glossary. So if you come across a term and you're like, I have no clue what an artifact is, what do they mean by that? You can go to the glossary and it's going to define it for you. I also want to mention new this year is an AI chatbot thanks to a grant from google.org. This is the URL for it. This chatbot is trained on the current competition manual and they are going to update it throughout the season. I've already used it a few times to test it out. You can go in there and say, are phones legal? And it's gonna pop up, it's gonna give you the answer, but it's also, more importantly, going to give you the links to the team updates or the competition manual where that information is. There's also a nice little disclaimer, which I quoted right here. Do not attempt to use these generated responses to dispute referees' rulings. This is going to guide you to the competition manual, and that is what you are going to use. Don't go up to Michael with your phone and be like, hey, ChatGPT told me that you're wrong. It's not how we're gonna do it. We need to reference the competition manual. Team updates, yay. So this QR code is actually takes you to sign up for the team updates. That needs to be a coach or an adult that does that. The team updates are exactly what it says on the label there. They improve the clarity and the intent of the rules. We've already had two. They look very much like this. If you see here, they are marking out stuff they've already written. They're highlighting the changes that have happened. There is a combined PDF. I do recommend that. If you have a physical copy of the competition manual, which I suggest you do, I also suggest printing these and having them on hand. There's already been 2 team updates, so if you haven't seen any of them, you need to catch up. When it comes to any rule changes, the team updates and the most recent team update is what our referees, our judges, our event personnel are going to go off of. Yes, Anna?
But I can just read all the team updates right before the state championship and I'll be fine, right?
No, so as they update through the season, we will use the most recent team update at the different qualifiers we've had in the past where team update actually released the Friday before a qualifier. That did change the rules, so you need to be up to date on those because they will change. Yes, Anna?
And it only changes robot stuff? not judging stuff?
No, it can change anything in the competition manual that first might need to update. Yes.
You said it can change clarity and intent of rules, but can it ever change rules all the way? Like something happened that they like wasn't necessarily intended, but it did happen because the rules didn't cover it all?
They can do whatever they want to. If they decide that they want to just completely remove something, they can.
Team updates are still relatively new for FTC. We've seen that happen in FRC, where they completely remove a rule or put a new one in, especially in regards to
It
safety.
actually happened last year because one team would go into the other team's ascent zone while they were ascending, and they
I
would
do remember
automatic
that
third
now.
level ascent.
They did have to update that, yeah.
Man, I had forgotten all about that. Yeah.
So very important.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
glad you knew the answer to your question before you asked it.
I was gonna
appreciate
say,
that.
after the first competition, when they, around the country, and they start seeing what teams do, and they go, oh, we didn't want them to do that. And that's a lot of times, so after that first kind of month of competitions, you'll usually see things like that pop up that said, yeah, we didn't want you to do that.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
And mostly it's just preventing like feels bad moments for the team or
Robot
like
damage or-
safety concerns.
Yeah.
So like, you don't, this isn't BattleBots, it says that somewhere in one of the rules, but you know.
All right, team calls and the FTC Q&A. So team calls are Microsoft team calls with the First Tech Challenge experts. This is where you can ask questions directly to the people who are at headquarters that do this. And you can hear the generalized tips that they give on these calls. These calls are for you. They're not for me. They are for you. This is what headquarters provides. They happen frequently throughout the season. And they have two different topics. They do one for Dean's List, and they also do one that is for judging, gameplay, and general support. I highly suggest you go to at least one, even if you don't want to ask any questions. Us going and being on these calls shows first that we want this kind of interaction, which we do. We very much do. And like I said, you might hear some clarification that you didn't even realize. The sign up is orange there, but you will be getting a copy of these slides. So you'll be able to have access to all of these links.
So is that more for like, I would put Gabe on that or one of those?
Yes, and I would suggest you go too. It's always
Okay.
good for you to see as well, but it would also be good for students to be on there and to, yeah. All right, so team Q&A is available for the teams to ask questions about things that they believe has not already been clarified in the competition manual or the team updates. The answers may point teams directly to a specific rule that maybe they overlooked, or sometimes the questions will actually result in a competition manual update in something they did not realize they had not clarified. At events, the head referee and event director make the final decision based on the competition manual and team updates, not on anything said in the Q&A. And that's very important knowledge. This, much like ChatGPT, we go off of the paper that we have in front of us. Yes?
I just wanted to mention to you that be careful what you ask, because they will answer the question that you ask. In other words, you can ask a question, but it may be, I hate to say it, the wrong question. They're gonna answer that question. They don't give hints into, oh, I think he meant to say, does it do this? They won't give you that hint. They're gonna say, you know, I think last year, the lifting the robot, there was a lot of confusion on what you could touch, where you could start from everything, and people would ask different questions, and they would say, well, no, you can't do that. But you didn't ask, well, if I did this, then that, can I do that? Then they would have said, yeah, you can do that. So you gotta be very careful about the question you ask, because I've seen this, they answer the question you ask, not the question you meant.
Yeah, the engineers that handle the Q&A, they are very exact. They're not gonna offer suggestions necessarily, they are gonna answer your questions. I have 2 links provided with this. The Q&A is not open currently, it opens in 2 days. There is an instructions page that actually will walk you through like making an account, and then there's the login page. This should be an adult that does this. This should not be a student. Correct?
Yeah, students can ask the questions, but you have to submit it. It's a YPP thing.
Yes.
So make sure that if your student has a question, if you have Discord or Slack or whatever, just copy and paste it in there.
All right, some Discords and Game Manual 0. So we have some helpful Discords We have the First in Alabama Discord. This is gonna have your First in Alabama staff and your volunteers available for any questions. If you happen to be in a meeting and you're like, hey, this robot rule, I'm not sure I quite understand it, you can ask Michael in the First in Alabama Discord and he'll be able to get back to you on there when he can. This is actually a cross-program communication, so we actually have our FLL teams and our FRC teams in Alabama in this Discord. Students and coaches and mentors and parents all welcome to join. Then we have the unofficial Alabama FTC Help Network. This is run by the Brown Codes. It's another Discord that's more FTC specific. And as they say, it's designed to provide assistance and guidance to FTC participants, mentors, and volunteers, covering a wide range of topics. So I do suggest that one as well. And then I wanted to mention Game Manual Zero. So Game Manual Zero is a team. Yeah.
Well, it's a community.
A community that is trying to make a comprehensive guide for FTC teams. It is a good starting point. It has all the information you could possibly think about programming, game design, building, hardware components, and it's all organized very nicely. It is a great resource to use and to fall back on. A second, if anybody wants a picture. Yes, Anna.
I'm a brand new rookie coach, and my team's been struggling with the same problem for the past 3 meetings in a row, and it's completely unique. Should I just keep struggling?
You should definitely look at Game Manual Zero, and then I would also suggest that you go to the Help Network and ask there, because we have so many teams that have so many different experiences that someone may be able to help you and offer you an exact answer that will help you through your problem.
Don't let it get 3 meetings in. If you're wasting 30 minutes on a problem that you think is brand new and unique and crazy, you've blown up your control hub for the 3rd time in a row. Get on the network and ask what's happening.
They make fun of us for the problem.
Well, that's not very gracious professional. It is good to note that both of these Discords have your officials in them. I am in both of those. You are monitored in these Discords. So bullying is not allowed in either of them specifically.
Yeah.
All right. So this page is not very useful to you right this second, but like I said, you will be getting this. These are your links to your season resources. The game and season page looks very much like this. It's divided out by sections and then it has the links. If you click on the manual sections, it actually will lead you to each individual section, which is great when you don't want to scroll through a very long document. We also have a link to the Alabama event schedule. That's going to lead you to the First in Alabama website. It's beautiful and wonderful. And we have an event page that has all of the events in Alabama, including FLL and FRC. And there it's also going to have like links to sign up to volunteer and stuff like that, which I highly suggest you do. Again, the team Q&A is going to open September 22nd. The team updates, there's a combined PDF that will update with each team update. And so all of these resources are free and available to you and are very easy to access.
Before you go.
Yes.
Something to note is that on this page, under the Find More Resources, there's a link that says Volunteer Resources. And everyone in here is going to go, I'm not a volunteer, I don't need that one, boom, move on. This is an open book test. Everything that you are judged on, that you have like any criteria where you're marked on robots, anything, judging, the answers are there for you. The rubrics are there. How many people in here are educators or are currently like in a classroom setting where you have rubrics? You ever hand the rubric out to your kids and then they don't read it and you're like, well, I don't know what to do for you. You didn't read the rubric. All of that information is in volunteer resources. When you click on it, it's gonna pull you to a page that looks just like this with everything. How your robot inspector gets trained, how your judges get trained, how your judge advisor gets trained. Nothing is secret. In ye old days at FTC, they used to keep it all behind like a wall and you could find it. Use the information that's out there. All of the information is there, you just have to read it. Have a kid that's dedicated to reading, one thing and sharing. And then have one that's dedicated to reading another thing, have them share. I really, 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 really strongly recommend, at the very least, you take 20 minutes and poke around what's on there, because I guarantee you sit down and you read that judge advisor manual, and you're gonna go, oh my god, the answers were here the whole time.
Volunteering
But
is
just-
super fun. so-
But just FYI, it's not all there yet.
It's not all there yet.
It's
It's
coming, but
soon.
I checked last night and the judge advisor, the judge manual wasn't updated yet. It hasn't gone live, but it's coming.
Yeah, I was
You
advised
can-
it will be very soon.
You can look at last year's and it will be relatively the same. There are some key changes that will happen, and we'll address that on like a town hall when
Once
they
it's been
change, when they
released, yeah.
change it and release it. But for now, to get you started, the process largely is staying the same.
The, specifically the judge's manual will actually even have test questions that you can test yourself on when you do a mock presentation. It's a great way to get warmed up for your judging experience.
There's a self-inspection checklist underneath there as well.
Yes,
So you don't have to be
highly, highly useful.
surprised when you show up to inspection. If the robot doesn't pass.
All right, everybody that's got a phone that wants to take a picture of it, here is your Alabama season timeline. The team Q&A opens September 22nd. We have our qualifiers November 1st, 8th, December 13th, and January 17th. Our Alabama State Championship is February 27th and 28th, and then of course the first championship is April 29th through May 2nd. This is just an example of our beautiful First in Alabama website. This is the event page. So this is what it's gonna look like. We, of course, are the First Tech Challenge Orange. Any information that you might need will probably be on there.
How many do we need to go to?
So this year, we are promising 2. No teams, unless I give permission, are going to both 1 and 2 because they are immediately right after each other.
Okay,
So,
so we need to pick 1 or 2, and then
mhm.
whether we wanna go 3 or UAB.
Yes, and the registration page that was sent out also has that information on there. So,
Okay.
yeah. There is also an option that if you want to go to more than 2, you could say, hey, I'm available, and you'll be added to the wait list just in case.
Okay.
But we are expecting to have lots of teams this year. That's why we added the 4th qualifier, is so that everybody will get at least 2 plays. Yes.
Is there ever a reason to go to a non-FTC event?
Oh, yes, we would love to have volunteers. If you tell me that you want to bring your team and your robot to an event, I can make sure that you have a display at these events to show off your robot. We would love to do that. FLL kids especially are moving past their program and are moving up. And so being able to see FTC is a great opportunity for them. And I would love to have volunteers. If you are at FTC, you can volunteer at an FLL event. We have referees, we have cuers, other positions like that we would just adore to have you there. And you get a cool shirt out of it if you're a referee.
And parents can judge.
Parents can judge, that's big too. Your mentors can judge. It's a great experience all the way around. It's a lot of fun. Yes.
I will say on Caitlin's point of if you want to bring a robot, we will be doing an event where we will have ideally FTC and FRC teams at one of the upcoming FLL qualifiers, so that like these students can see the other programs that they can go into. And there will be a simultaneous for that sent out, probably like late September, early October, in the First in Alabama Discord, like pretty much every Discord that has Alabama teams on it, so.
Perfect.
Last thing on this, because we brought it up, if you, November 1st and November 8th are back to back, which means it's gonna be hard for us to find volunteers, just like being totally honest with you. Unfortunately, that's just the way that the cookie crumbled this year with the way that Thanksgiving and Christmas is and where all of the other events fell. There is nothing anywhere saying that you as a coach can't judge at an event that your team's participating in, but especially an event that your team is not participating in. If you're participating in the November 1st qualifier, consider bringing your kids to the November 8th one, especially if you're in town and local. They can learn a whole bunch, you're gonna learn so much. Like, I can't tell you how many coaches have gone into the judging room and seen what actually happens, and then they come out and they go, oh my gosh, I had no idea that that's what was happening. Like, and you come out better for it. None of it is secret.
So if we go qualifier number 1, me and Gabe could volunteer for number 2? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's no limitation on like what events you
'Cause
can and can't.
Y'all would need him.
Yeah.
I mean, me too, but Raj on it.
Yeah.
So,
And then even for like, if mentors, I highly suggest if you can make it to at least one event to judge, like it's really is very impactful for actually learning how to train your kids on the judging process.
You take a lot of information from it.
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
some people I think get an icky feeling when they hear that because they're like, well, I don't want to have like an unfair advantage to anybody else. So I recognize that feeling exists, but everybody has the opportunity for volunteering. It's not secret. You aren't allowed to talk about what happens in the judging room. Like, you shouldn't go up and be like, I saw that Nick, what is your new team name?
Guardians of the cyberspace.
Guardians of the Cyberspace. I heard that Guardians of the Cyberspace did this, this, and this, and so we're gonna make sure that our camps are bigger, they're better, and we like undermine everything that they do. Like, that's not the intention, and we've been lucky that we haven't seen that. The intention is that you understand the process of what's happening.
what's being looked for, what,
Yeah.
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 How would I go about volunteering?
That's a great question. You can use the event page. It's going to have links to where you can volunteer. You can also use the first event search, and that will lead you to the volunteer page.
I will
And
say
it's also on the dashboard.
the links on that page are so nice. I signed up to volunteer today in under, like, it was so quick.
Nice, quick, easy.
Everybody
Love
thank
it.
Drew for express volunteer enrollment when you see him.
Thank you, Drew.
That was a Drew IT thing. We love to see it.
It really came through for us.
Yeah, First in Alabama really pulling their weight in HQ right now.
All right, so there is actually an awards overview later today. I highly suggest you go to it. But I did want to mention that the Motivate Award is no longer a thing. If you're a rookie and you're new, the Motivate Award, the definition for it was a little muddy, it was a little confusing. And First Headquarters heard us when we said this to them. And so they said, okay, Motivate's out. And now you have 2 awards. Yay, new award. More opportunities for us to get those awards and those points. Really quick, REACH is for introducing and recruiting new people to First, both as, I believe, mentors and teams. And sustainability is all about sustaining and planning for your team to ensure that it has long-term success long after you are gone. And it's important to note that both of these awards do not require a portfolio. And also, if you want to find more information about the specifics required and encouraged for both of those awards, you can find them in the awards section of the competition manual.
Competition manual, it has everything.
All right, so 2025, 2026, they actually have given us some new starter bots. Look how pretty they are. So these are kits from Buildup, Rev, AnyMark, and Studica. They got the game early and they were able to create these wonderful kits for us. These are meant to be a starting point. They're not an ending point. You do not just get the kit and build it and then you're done. The idea is that you get the kit, you build it, and you add on to it, you refine it. They all start with the ability to launch artifacts, drive, and they have pre-made autonomous codes that come with them. First has resources available for these on their website. This is the team resources page. You can go there, click on that. It's going to send you straight to it and all the information about that. They are very cool, very neat. I hope to see some of them this year. All right.
Do they come with the advertising on them?
No, I don't believe so. I don't
But
believe
that
so.
would be cool, honestly. You get some with Go Build It, you get stickers and Tootsie Rolls.
That's right. That's
the
right.
best part of
We
the
love
Go
Tootsie
Build
Rolls.
It parts
Oh,
is the Tootsie Rolls.
And
yeah.
a screw measurement tool.
So
And
this is the questions and answers section. I am here available to you. Anna is here available. Also, our lead robot inspector and our head ref snuck in the back. So if I'm not able to answer the question, hopefully they can or Anna can, or we'll just get back to you later. So if you have any questions, please ask.
Okay, so I have to order the field and I've never done it before.
Yes,
Where do I order that from?
that's through the dashboard in the back end, and I
Okay,
can
so
actually walk you through
It
that.
would be like Anymart.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, do you have restricted funds that you can use for it?
we do.
Okay, if you don't order it through the dashboard.
Okay, yeah.
Like you
Straight
can,
through
but it's gonna make you do a whole PO thing and it's just annoying.
Oh, we have
Just-
to wait till October 1st to order anything anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
It's gonna add 3 steps that you don't need to do.
yeah.
So just
yeah.
order it through,
Anymart,
directly.
which, the school already has an account, so that shouldn't be an issue for you. I know specifically for you.
Like I said, I've never done this
Yeah,
before.
yeah. Any other questions? Has anybody learned any archaeology facts yet that you can share with me?
It's not about dinosaurs.
It's not about dinosaurs. You got it right.
Drew would be proud.
Yeah, yeah.
While you guys are pondering questions, we had an FLO kickoff with Drew. Drew has a bachelor's in archaeology. I don't know. He's got some master's.
Yeah, wait to get my tape.
He's got some random degree, but he
Material science with a specification or whatever in archaeology.
Yeah.
that and
Yeah.
there was a little kid that was probably 4th grade that kept asking him about dinosaur bones, and Drew just on stage kept being like, "You would have to ask a paleontologist. I am not a paleontologist." What do you guys think about the new advancement rules?
I like it.
They're great.
Sweet.
Excellent,
Sweet.
excellent.
We looked at it. Yeah, we feel good. Yeah.
Does the new advancement rules mean that I can't just have a really good robot and then no outreach?
I'm so glad you asked. Okay, so the new advancement rules are all about having a well-rounded team. So you want to have you get points for all the things you do well at each competition. So you get points for having a great robot. You get points for being in a winning alliance. You get points for getting judged awards. And those add together and make a difference towards advancement.
My favorite part about the advancement rules is that there is no separation in points on if you're a winning alliance captain or if you're winning alliance partner.
Yes.
You are all winning alliance, you all get treated the same. So
You're a team.
so when you're
We're a team. We're a team.
when we're talking about like strategy for walking into a match, your thought process for going into finals should never be, or playoffs should never be like, I need to say no so that I can be an alliance captain. Like, we're stronger as an alliance if you're a partner. So be with the robot you work best with. You don't have to think about that whole, well, if I'm not an alliance captain, I won't advance.
I won't get this point, so
Yeah, you'll all get the same points now, which is my favorite. Second favorite to judges award getting points.
I was a little disappointed that, they used to have, and maybe, but before there used to be a little bit of a hierarchy in the things, but they made them all equal now, and I don't know if,
Yeah.
it seems like it took away maybe some of the prestige, for lack of a better term, of some of the awards above the other awards.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe you're trading prestige for clarity. When you were talking about how to actually give awards to students in the judging room, we can get into this, but it'll take 15 minutes for me to
Yeah.
put the chart up on the board. It was a complicated grid process of like, okay, first we pick first place think, and then we pick first place whatever. And sometimes your first place think would be, your first and second place think would be close, but they actually really did way better in Connect than they did in Think. You want to award them for the thing that they did the best in, not the thing that like has this inherent superiority, like, and it makes the judging a little easier.
And I will
which
say-
means that we won't spend 4 hours on deliberation.
Well, I get that, and in Alabama it wasn't as big a deal. In the other places, that hierarchy really fed
It
into
really
the
did make a
advancement,
deal,
right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think it's gonna change the landscape of Worlds a lot, which I'm really excited about, and the premier events. Instead of it being like really intense robots and really intense Inspire candidates, we're gonna see like, oh, you guys are good at both, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they've also told us this is still like a work in progress that they are gonna refine over the years. So, that, I don't know that it will change that much, but they may refine it to make it a little more,
I doubt that we put the ranking back in, because that
Yeah.
was something that everybody on the task force was very much like, this is bad, it needs to go.
Does that mean that every award not named Inspire is just as important as each other?
I think
Yes.
Think is.
Yeah, no, they're all the
Think it's
same.
the
Nope,
same.
they're all the
It's
same.
all the
Okay,
same.
my bad,
It's
my
the
bad.
same.
We talked about it being higher.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not.
they did.
Inspire is the only-
That is true.
Which
Yes.
means the think is no longer like mini inspire, which is
Fantastic.
Oh.
Fantastic. It's good feels.
Oh.
Good feels, for sure.
yeah.
So, any other questions? I believe
Probably
the
a
second
million, but I
session.
can't think of it.
That's okay. Actually, important to note, my business card is in the back. Please take one with you, and if you have any questions from this, shoot me an email. If you are a student, make sure there's another adult on the email as well. YPP rules, but if you are a coach or a mentor, you don't have to do that. But I will do my best to answer, and if I don't know the answer, I will go to someone who can get you the answer.
You can also ask any questions on the Discord.
Yes.
Someone on that Discord will know the answer.
Yes, and feel free at any point to, if you have the ability, because sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, you can actually at my name on the Discord. I usually have PDP beside my name, so if you're like searching for me.